Hello everyone, welcome to Redbust US channel. In this video, we'll look at the latest update regarding H4 and L2 biometrics that was actually announced, or I would say, said by DHS as part of a lawsuit. So we'll look at what that means and what the guidance that they actually put up in the court documents, and we look at what the official information is, and look at some FAQs as well. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe for getting regular updates. So this is what we will cover in this video. We'll look at the lawsuit basics, what does the lawsuit say, key points in that, and then latest news on that, and then what is the stance regarding biometrics. Now, this is the news. I think it was announced by Wasden Banias law firm earlier yesterday, telling that we will not have biometrics as per USCIS, statements in the lawsuit documents. And then, it was being picked up by Wall Street Journal, and it also came up in Reuters and everywhere. And of course, we also wrote an article on this. We'll put a link in the description for you to look at it. So we'll cover all these details and, what are the exact specifics around this. So firstly, to understand why this lawsuit was filed and what are the challenges, right? So the lawsuit was filed as a class action lawsuit. What it means is, when you file a lawsuit, you can file as an individual or as a group. So when you're filing as a group, usually like 40 people or around that or more, you usually file it as a class action lawsuit. And the decision usually, it's because it's represented by a group, it applies to everybody in that. And that's how it was filed. It was filed by AILA and Wasden Banias as a partnership, and it was done in earlier in March 22nd, 2021. It was filed in District Court of in Washington, and they primarily filed this to address the delays with H4 and L2 processing times. And this is the actual case. As you can see on the screenshot, it was filed, and Eda Kuni versus Mayorkas, that's the way it is put up. And it's actually a restricted case. So what it means is that all the documents in the case are not available for public consumption. So whatever information you see is actually given by certain specific individuals. So publicly we don't get a lot of information. You can't access it. That's the restriction on this. Nevertheless, we have got some information, and we'll share all of that in these slides here. Now, the reason, right, looking at the reason for lawsuit, if you look at it, these are the processing times at California Service Center. This tracked by a website called Visa Grader. And as you can see, right, from September of last year, you can see the processing times anywhere from, like about 11 to about 18 months or more. It's quite high, and it's never coming down. Even if it has come down, it's about 13 to 17 months for extensions, which is crazy. It's no different in Vermont. It's actually climbing up. Nothing's even close. These are like ridiculous processing times. You can look at more details on this in Visa Grader website. They actually track all of these things. But if you look at the average, right, in the last history, and from 2017 to you can see it's actually 2.8 months and 3.4 months, and the maximum is about 5 months. It was very, very way under 5 months, and you can't, it's more than double, I would say, tripled, and even worse part is many people have lost jobs. Yeah. So again, this, if you see, some of these are delays due to biometrics and all sorts of things. But bottom line, of course, this I-539 average looks at all the processing, all the forms, but it gives an indication, right, how low they were. This is one of the reasons they did it. And the summary tells that about 91,000 people have lost jobs due to the delays with H4 and L2. Not just right now, but overall, about 91,000 people have lost jobs, especially H4 and H4 EADs, L2 EADs, and e-visa holders with EADs, right? And they literally have killed current and future work. That's what they say as per that. And, these are all highly educated individuals on H4 and L2 who are looking for EADs. And, and also they say that because of DHS inaction, many families are leaving, and we're losing talent from America's standpoint, right? And they also highlight that the main reason for all of this is the biometric process, and that's causing issues. And, essentially, they argue that, it takes about 10 minutes to approve an H4 or L2 EAD kind of, H4 or L2 application, including the EAD. But now the 10-minute thing has actually ballooned to 18 months, and this is all due to unreasonable biometric delays and all sorts of things, right? Whatever reason, right? Overall, it is taking about 18 months, and the thousands of people who lost jobs. That is the key argument point. And this is actually a snapshot of the actual summary. You can read through that. We have actually in the blog listed in the blog. You can read the blog to get an idea. Now, That's what is filed, and since then there's been back and forth discussions happening, and the latest status is that was actually on late of I would say May 3rd. That's when the information came in, and the information regarding biometrics was actually part of that responses. Yeah, so this is actually the summary of the whatever the latest status, right? Now, what actually came out of this? We'll look at that summary. So, as per the document, right? They say that that USCIS is finalizing a policy on suspending biometrics for H4, L2, and other e-visa holders, and this will start as early as May 17th, 2021. And as per that, starting from May 17th, USCIS will not need biometrics for H4 or L2 or e-visa extensions, or change of status. Yeah, and the suspension is valid. Is going to be this. It's actually a suspension of biometrics, rather, I would say, because of the way they argued the case and everything. And it's going to be valid only for 2 years. I think this is what they say that, and it will expire on May 17, 2023, and it's a discretion of the director of DHS, right? And they say that it also applies to only extension of stay, change of status regarding H4, L2, and e-visas who are using I-539 form. Important part is other visas that use I-539 form for extensions like F1s, B2s, other visa forms, they all still need biometrics. Yeah? It's not really solving everybody's problem. It's only for H4, L2, and e-visa holders because the lawsuit is actually around that. That's why, yeah. And also they say that the new policy will be applicable to pending H4 and L2 applications as well, including E as well, as of May 17th. Again, all new filings will, of course, after May 17th will also apply for that. But if you actually got an appointment for biometric appointment at ASC, then you need to go and give that biometric appointment. So that's the guidance they've given. And of course, DHS says that they have the discretion to ask for biometrics, for verifying identity or screening purposes. Yeah. So nothing is actually stopping them. So most of the times, you may or may not really need it. But if at all they want to, they can always ask for it. It's on a case by case basis. Yeah, that's what they say. So this is the essential gist of it. And this is the actual code document. You can read through this. Of course, we put this on our website. So you can see it's USCIS is finalizing, as we highlighted on the screen, right? USCIS is finalizing the policy, and we summarize this, but bottom line, this is the actual text. If you read through it, you'll get an idea, right, what we just covered, for you to get an idea. Now, in terms of common FAQs, right? One of the things that many people have confused and asked is this requirement already removed by USCIS? No, it is not. First, very, very important to know, this is actually a confidential document that had, I would say, a code document rather, instead of confidential, a code document that filed by DHS had this information, and it has been released by Wasden Banias and, other firms that are part of it, AILA and everybody, right? That this will take effect, but there is no official announcement yet by DHS on this. So we will have to wait for for DHS to announce this on their USCIS website. That's when it will become official. As of now, it's even though it's from valid sources, we have seen the document and everything, it is not official yet because it's not published on USCIS website. And the second thing is this applicable for let's say you got a biometric appointment, should I attend them? Yes, you must attend them, right? Because this is nothing. There is nothing is released as official on USCIS website yet, and there is no official guidance given. Of course, this is all they've given as a hint to the court, telling that this will reduce to actually negotiate on the terms, whatever, right? But again, this is not official, so you need to wait for this, right? And Will USCIS remove the biometrics for pending H4? Yeah, so this is as per code documents. It will apply to pending applications as well. So if you haven't really done the biometrics yet, then and if you haven't got a biometric notice, then it will apply to you, and it'll apply to new filings as well. Overall, this if at all this comes into the picture, right? This will actually solve a lot of problems for all H4 EAD holders or H4 L2 E2, all of these, even E2 E3, all of these visa holders who applied for extension or change of status. So it will actually increase decrease the processing times, and people will probably not lose jobs. Yeah, so that's the whole idea. Let's wait and see. We will definitely keep you posted once there is an official announcement on this, but as of now, this is very much likely this will happen because it's a very big lawsuit, and it's been we have looked at the document as well. Yeah, again, thank you for watching. Do subscribe to our channel for getting regular updates. We'll keep you posted.